Satish Kumar is a leading exponent of the philosophy of nonviolence. As a former monk and long-term peace and environmental activist, he has been quietly establishing the global agenda for change for over 50 years. He was just 9 when he left his family to join the Wandering Jains, and just 18 when he decided he could achieve more out in the world campaigning for land reformation in India and Gandhi's vision of renewing India and its reality in a peaceful world. Inspired in his early 20s by the example of the British peace activist Bertrand Russell, Satish embarked on an 8,000-mile peace pilgrimage. Carrying no money and depending on kindness and hospitality of strangers, he walked from India to America via Moscow, London, and Paris to deliver a humble package of peace tea to the leaders of the world's 4 nuclear powers. In 1973, Satish settled in the United Kingdom, taking up the post of editor of Resurgence magazine, a position he has held ever since. His autobiography, No Destination, was first published in 1978 and was sold over 50,000 copies. He is also the author of You Are, Therefore I Am, a Declaration of Dependence, The Buddha and the Terrorist, and Earth Pilgrim. In 2008, as part of BBC Two's Natural World series, he presented a 15-minute documentary from Dartmoor, which reached an audience of over 3.6 million people.
Back home in South Korea, I run a pharmacy where I prescribe and dispense Oriental herbal medicines. However, due to the animal ingredients used in general medicines that had been under the risk of extinction from excessive demands, they are now provided through artificial breeding system, which not only destroys ecology but also reflects on the very cruel culture nowadays. I cannot agree with the idea of such ingredients that they can be healthy, and that's why I use exclusively plant-based medicines. Also, I don't believe that medicines without the change of healthy lifestyles can cure everything. So, I suggest people to change their habits and diets based on the constitution and symptom, and through self-healing program to strengthen their natural immunity. I believe when we live a non-violent life, we'll be able to heal ourselves with the energy of saving lives and also save our planet Earth. For this reason, I started Meat-Free Monday campaign in 2010, being a vegetarian once a week to solve the problem of climate change. This movement is now voluntarily participated in more than 40 countries, all insist in one voice to improve on today's issues such as food deficiency, water shortage, energy crunch, world hunger, and violent cultures. I have been so touched by your beautiful words. They were what made me want to travel to the UK from Korea to meet you. Nowadays, there are many environmentalists and revolutionists calling on people for change. But I can see they have a lot of fear and anger inside them. I really like when you said about global warming that it needs to start with love of the earth, not fear. I would like a non-violent movement for the same reason. I believe that the more we act from love, the more we can make love and become happy. Tell us about your message on this.
Yeah, the first thing to say
Yes.
is that the environmental movement, ecology movement, sustainability movement must be out of love and not out of fear.
Yes.
When you have fear of global warming, or pollution or destruction of earth, then we are anxious, we are depressed, and that cannot be a good state of mind
Yes.
to work for the earth and for the future of the earth. So what we need to do is to develop compassion for all animals and for all sentient beings, and love for the earth. When you love something, you don't destroy it. If you love rivers, if you love forests, if you love trees, if you love the sky, if you love the atmosphere, then you don't destroy it. So love is a greater power
Yes.
to protect the planet Earth.
Okay.
So we must love the planet Earth and protect it and conserve it, not fear the doom and gloom and disaster and negative impacts. Fear makes you impotent. Fear makes you oppressed and depressed and suppressed. And therefore, without fear, we need to work for the future of our humanity, for the future generations, because what we have on this planet is not ours. We have received it as a gift from the previous generations, and we have to leave it for the future generations. And therefore, my message to people is that love the planet Earth and act to save the planet with love, and enjoy saving the Earth.
In some cultures, vegetarianism or veganism seems almost religious. Sometimes it sounds like religious precepts that lay a guilt trip on people when they break the rule, and this can't be natural. What do you think about this?
Being a vegetarian has nothing to do with any religion.
Yes.
Being a vegetarian is your compassion and your kindness to all living beings. And also for sustainability and ecology, eating meat is a heavy footprint on the planet Earth.
Yes.
So if you want to reduce your footprint, 1 acre of land can feed 3 or 4 people. But in order to feed 1 person, you need 5 acres if you are a meat eater.
Yes.
And therefore, it's very land intensive, very resource intensive. Therefore, if you want to feed 7 billion people on this earth and sustain them ecologically without destroying the planet Earth and natural resources, then I think we have to have a small footprint, and therefore we have to reduce our meat eating, and if possible, and in due course, eliminate meat eating altogether. And so there are 2 aspects to vegetarian food. One is compassion and it's kindness, and the second bit is ecologically more sustainable, environmentally more durable, and therefore if you want to protect the earth, conserve the earth, and feed all the people without waste. At the moment, cows produce a lot of greenhouse gases with their kind of methane, and that causes global warming. So cows cause global warming, and if you have millions of cows, at the moment there are billions of cows in the world to feed humans, they are producing tremendous amount of methane, and that is creating greenhouse gases, and that is creating global warming and climate change. So if you want to protect the climate, if you want to protect the earth, then you need to be vegetarian. And then third, you can also say it's very good for your health.
The act of eating is the most basic instinct of humans. But why does it have to be standardized like a canon? Meat eaters also eat vegetables and fruits, nuts and grains, seaweed and so on. It tells that meat diet is not the opposite concept, but also includes vegetarian diet. Therefore, there can be 2 types of vegetarians. One consumes meat as well as vegetables, and one doesn't consume meat but plant-based food only. What's your opinion on this?
You need diversity, not division. You can be a vegetarian, you can be a vegan, you can be a teetotaler, you can be enjoy a little bit of wine. Doesn't matter. It's a diversity.
Yes.
Like some Japanese food is different, Korean food is different, Indian food is different, European food is different. It's a diversity.
Yes.
So we must not confuse diversity with division.
Yes.
So if these people who are vegetarians, they are wonderful. And therefore there's a diversity and variety, because we don't want to have a whole world eating meat, a whole world eating Japanese food, a whole world eating Korean food, a whole eating Indian food. We need variety, we need diversity. So if some people are eating meat, I only ask them to reduce their meat consumption.
Okay.
If you are not able to stop altogether, eat less meat and eat more vegetables, more plants, because that is more healthy for you, that's more compassionate to animals. At the moment, animals are kept in factory farms and they are in a very cruel condition. The cows never see the light of the day, and so that is very uncompassionate. So it is a diversity, not division.
Today's food culture lost respect for life and is conspired with capitalism harming humanity. What do you think is the best way for the future generation to eat healthy? Could you suggest an easy way so that everyone can practice with the universal emotion and culture? Because although the effect of minority towards people on such issues is essential, the self-complacent culture of the minority is never attractive.
We need to live simple life. And simple life means that we have to consume less. Whether it's a food, clothes, electricity, gadgets, computers, televisions, everything, we have to minimize our consumption of quantities of food, quantities of clothes, quantities of houses, quantities of furniture, and go for quality of life. Quality, even if you have beautiful things, but few things, if they are beautiful, they're good quality, you will get more satisfaction, and they will last longer. And therefore, in our food, for the future, we need to eat less, but eat good food. Because if you eat too much, it makes you fat, and you are not healthy, and you become ill, you get cancer, and then there's not enough for food for everybody. So eating less. So maybe if you are able to eat 100%, eat 90% or 80%. So a little bit less. And eat what is easily digestible, such as fruit, vegetables, grain, that's better. And then meat, if you have to eat, dairy, if you have to eat very little. Only occasionally, like a little treatment, like a treat, or like a little festival. But otherwise, for the future, we need to eat less, consume less, then our planet will be able to survive for millions and millions of years to come. Because at the moment, we are only thinking about short term. But our economy and our way of life should be sustainable for millions of years to come. How are we going to survive? Therefore, we have to have elegant simplicity.
Korea may have achieved a lot of economic growth, but its happiness index has fallen. Specifically, the unemployment ratio of young people has dramatically increased. So many university graduates are now struggling to find jobs. What's more, a stable life with a permanent position is now almost impossible even after getting a job. There is a neologism for this generation. They are called it the ample generation, which stands for the generation that needs to sacrifice a lot. Can you outline your vision of a new meaningful paradigm and give some messages for younger generation in Korea?
My message to young people of Korea is that be creative, be imaginative. Don't just follow the mainstream path, such as working in a big factory, or working in a big bank, or working in a big business, or working in a big industry. Those paths do not allow you to be creative. So rather than looking for jobs, rather than looking for employment, look for self-employment and create your own job. and be self-reliant, stand on your own feet. And also I would like Korean young people to develop their hand skills, because in Korea you have a tremendous tradition, wonderful, great tradition of craftsmanship, and that craftsmanship is now disappearing. Everything is made by factory, and they are very ugly, not so beautiful. Therefore, I would like Korean young people to learn to make things by hand again. Just using computer with your fingertips and nothing else with your hand is not a very good idea. So Korean young people need to learn how to make furniture, how to build a house, how to grow food, how to cook food, how to make houses, how to make clothes, how to make everything with hand. Because when you make something with hand, it's very beautiful, it's very satisfying. You feel you have made it. You are a poet, you are an artist, you are a craftsman. You have something, a vocation, love of making something. So my message to Korean young people is that don't go to work in banks, factories, industries, business, shops, etc. Go and live a good life which makes you happy. And if you want to be happy, make something with your hands.
Tell us about your own way of a revolution and vision towards the world.
The world is that we need a new story. The new story of relationship. The old worldview is a worldview of separation. Humans are separate from nature, and therefore we try to conquer nature, we try to control nature, we try to subjugate nature, we try to exploit nature. And therefore we see, because we are seeing ourselves separate from nature, the new vision and the new story is that we are nature and we are all one. So we have one earth, one humanity, and one future. There is no separation. And also I want that lack of separation, an end of separation among humans too. Some people think I am Korean, I'm a Japanese, I am Chinese, I am American, you are Russian, you are Chinese, you are Indian, you are Hindu, you are Muslim, I am Christian, I'm Jew. All this separation, division. We have to bring that to an end. And we have to say we are one humanity and one earth and one future. And one humanity is manifesting in many millions of forms. That's a diversity. Diversity should be celebrated and division should be ended. So my vision for the future is that humanity can be at ease with itself by being one humanity, one human family, one human tribe, an integral part of one beautiful natural earth. And touch the soil, touch the plants, plant the seed, enjoy the sunset, enjoy the rain, enjoy the morning, enjoy the evening, enjoy seeing your beautiful wife in the morning and say, my wife, I fall in love with you every day. That's life. Not I fell in love 20 years ago, 30 years ago, then you are beautiful, now you are boring. What kind of husband student you are? When I come down, my wife of 43 years, June, when I come down and I say, I hug her. I say, how lucky, fortunate I am that you are living, tolerating me with wars and all, and with me for 43 years. So fall in love every day with your children. Fall in love every day with your garden. Fall in love every day with your wasps and bees and butterflies and strawberries and raspberries. What a beautiful world we have. Forget about PP and Tesco and Barclays and Monsanto. All these are aberration. They are curse of the earth. The real earth. The perennial earth. It has been here for millions and millions and billions and billions of years. And we're here for billions and billions of years to come. And we are just passing through this enjoying time. Just enjoy your 80, 90, 100 years that you are on this earth. And you will be healed. So heal the planet with your love and let the planet heal you. That's my message to you at the end of this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Satish. I really appreciate for your time and your wisdom sharing with me. I'm sure your words will be a source of inspiration for many others as they have for me.